So, this is the most controversial car to carry the Rolls-Royce grille ever. And basically, this is John Dodds' the Beast. Now, this is assembled using a Rolls-Royce Meteor engine, but he said it was up spec to the same as the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. This was John Dodds' brainchild back in the 70s, and he built what he said was the fastest, biggest, baddest car in existence. They've only just sold this. John Dodds died, I think, a year or so ago, and the family moved the car. He lived in Spain with him for many, many, many years. Even starting this thing is a procedure which is beyond me. But what a car, what an object. Like, he built this as a pure engineering design, just to see if he could fit a Merlin engine in a car. It's basically a plane engine. It's a Spitfire engine. You know, Battle of Britain Spitfire. And it's a hell of a thing. At one point in time, I can't remember if it does a couple of gallons to the mile, but it's truly something amazing. Rolls-Royce sued him back in the 70s. Just going to have a quick look and see what it says. It's got a GM Turbo 400, which sounds incredible. They reckon it's 183. John Dodds always used to say this car was geared for 220 miles an hour. Which, to be fair, if it was, that would have been a very brave, very terrifying trip doing that. It used to do, John used to say it used to do something like he says there's 2 miles to the gallon here. But at one point in time, it was worse than that. It's gone through a few gearboxes, and it sounds, well, monstrous. This has been retrimmed, redone, changed. I don't know what they've done to the starting system, but it's definitely not what it was. See all the switch gear, if you can, down there. It was meant to be the fastest production car of any car at the time. Capri rear lights, nice choice, John. It's still, even today, it's still something else. I have to say that there's nothing else quite like it, and it really is an engineering marvel. Like, truly mind-warping to think that you could fit something like this and make it work. And congratulations, John, you really did. Rolls-Royce sued him over the use of that famous grille and made him take it off. But it's a Rolls-Royce engine car. I mean, he wasn't lying. So, R.I.P. John. Good to see that the Beast still lives, because it truly is bonkers. Oh, well, it's a bit packed already, so I'm going to do my best to show you this. So this is a Kenimeri Skyline, and the reason they call that is because it was a really massively successful advertising campaign in Japan back in the 70s, and the 2 people that used it were called Ken and Mary. Not a really amazing story, but kind of cool if you don't know what they're about. Japan was seriously like channeling muscle car at this moment in time. They went completely nuts. Like, they were almost doing American cars better than American cars. Don't tell Taylor how I said that, he'll kick my ass. But that is basically a Japanese Dodge Charger. Look at it. It is stunning. The earlier version is there. That's the Hiya Skyline. That was the one before it, and these are stunning cars. And they sound amazing. The 6 cylinders are just mind-warping. Triple Webers. Same sort of engine in that. But what a car, man. And it is literally like a scaled-down Charger. You could believe totally this is a Plymouth product. You could almost believe that this is a NASCAR. Almost. With the wide arch kits on them, they look amazing. Man, I think these things are beautiful. I'll just see if I can walk around the back and show you what it looks around the back. Surprisingly, that's a Japanese muscle car, man. For some unknown reason, these never really took off in America. I don't think you even got them. And I've got no idea why. Because they're awesome. Well, I don't know if anybody knows this about me, but I fell in love with Capris and cars generally because of these. CI5s, the Professionals, Bodie and Doyle. When we were kids growing up, you wanted to be one of these guys. These guys were harder than James Bond, faster than lightning, cooler than shaft. They were everywhere. Ubiquitous on British TV, smashing through boxes, beating Capris to death and beating up villains. They were the dynamic duo. Maybe Martin Shaw with his boom wasn't quite as cool as Bodie over there. He was like the cool one of them all. But this was hyper violent, hyper fast, amazing kind of like show, and they really had some like amazing car chases, blowing stuff up, buying cars out of the exchange and mark, painted them for a couple £100. Ford supplied them with quite a few as well, but they made the Capri so glamorous. They started off with TR7s and Dolomite Sprints, which is hard to believe, I guess, really, but the Capri, that was what this was synonymous with. As soon as we were old enough to drive, we all bought Capris, took them out, raced them around and pretended we were Bodie and Doyle. 4.5 and 3.7. Just amazing. Whoever did this display, it's just genius. Right next to it, that's the other car that everybody wanted. The John Player Special. The black and gold Lotus coloured Capri. That's a Mark II. Everybody fell in love with these things. They just looked amazing when they came out. When these came out in the 70s, they were like the hot ticket. They did a 3 litre, I think, and a 2 litre. But the Mark II Capri was just astounding. The Mark I was pretty sporty. The British Mustang, of course, that's the Piranha. But the Mark II was a much more refined Grand Tour. It was like a nicer car to drive in total. And then the Mark III, or the Mark II facelift, as some people call it. Well, Dave does anyway. Man, what an aggressive looking car. Plus, they had a TV series to back it up. Actually, they started using Mark II Capris in Professionals, believe it or not. But awesome display and an awesome memory. So I hope you, I mean, these were sort of the British Starsky Nuts, but they were just way, way harder. So hope you've enjoyed this. I'll talk to you all soon.